Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's session, we are going to take a look how we can do the error handling with patch functions in PowerApps. So you might be already familiar with the patch functions, and if you're not, then I can just give an overview. That patch function in PowerApps are used to create the records or modify single record or multiple records at once. So patch function, when we use with the default options, it is intend to create a single records, and if we wish to modify the records, then we used to use the patch function with identifier so that the particular records can be modified. And if you want to do the bulk creation of the records, then use the patch function with the for all function, so where it iterates to the collection and then creates a record in bulk. So that's how. The only problem with the patch function is that whenever the record is being created or it failed or succeed, we never get to know, we don't get any notification or errors while patching the records. So that's the part we are going to take care today. So with that, I am going to show you one of the SharePoint lists that would act as my data source for this demo app. So I have created this monthly product sales having title, product type, and price. So price would be the column where we are going to do the error handling or show the notifications for error. So I'll just go to my Power App Studio. I'll just create from blank app and name it as, let's say, patch error demo, and create it. So we are going to create one form where we'll be submitting the data. So I just clicked on insert and then clicked on edit form, and let's resize it. And this default mode, I'm going to change that as new. I'm going to just create the record and data source that has to be SharePoint. So I'll just start searching the SharePoint and click on this SharePoint and pick any existing connection. If you don't have any connection, then you can add a new connection. So I'll just click on the existing one, and I'll just set this SharePoint site as data source, and then choose a list. This is my monthly product sales list. So now we are connected with our data source. So second step, I am going to insert one button. On the select of button, we are going to write that patch function. So I'll just click on button and drag it down, name that as, let's say, submit. So this is our form. So now we can start writing the patch function. So on select of this button, I can just say patch. So patch takes three parameters, that is source. So source would be this monthly product list, and then in the second parameter, as we are going to create the new record, we have to pass defaults as monthly product sales, and this last parameter would be the actual columns which we wish to patch. So title, we are going to patch the title with data card value 1, because this column, the title column value, we are going to get from this data card dot text. And then again, the product type we are going to patch with data card value 2, data card value 2 dot text. And the price we are going to map with data card value 3 dot text. So we are done with our patching. So I just close the formula. So now you can see, so because we have patched it, I'll just save, and if I run it, let's do that for a demo purpose. Let's run this. I'm just entering any garbage thing, and in this price I'm just entering garbage and submit. So it did not show anything like whether it's successfully patched or not. We'll just go to our data source to check. So it did not, and probably the reason is because this price is expected as a numeric column over here, but we are passing this as a garbage. So that's the reason it did not patch. I can just change that to 3 and submit it. So it has submitted, but yet no message. So the data is created, the new row has been created, but on error as well we did not get any notification, on successful as well we did not get any notification. So this is the objective of this video, how to notify when an error occurs while patching the record. So let's start on the main stuff. So over here I'll use some error functions which is there in our PowerApps by default. So with error we are going to check that whether error, so let's say errors in product type, let me just close that earlier formula with semicolon. In the next formula I can use error and I can specify my this monthly products list. So this gives me error whenever error data source data table. So whenever error occurs while in this data source, then I'll be notified. So how to get notified? So we are going to use notify error, and what kind of notification it should be? It should be of type error. So if you see, like, I'm getting this invalid argument table. Why? Because it expects single line of row rather than like entire table. So what you can do, if you are just expecting the one error of your from your data source, you can just pull that is and first. So you can just pick the first error, and when you say dot, it will give you error message. So you can simply put that in place. So right now you can see I've just put notify first error, which is there in the data source, message and notification type should be error. So this I'm just going to save, though like it's not yet complete, but I'm just going to show you that how it works. So let me just try like putting some garbage again and clicking on submit. So on submit you can see like I got the notification bar and saying the message operation invalid. That means like something went wrong. So we are good, because this is not able to successfully pass, so this gave us a notification error. So we are happy now, but this is not yet complete. We are going to let me just put that a valid record and just say submit. Now like still we have to like do some work, though like the data gets submitted, but the success message should be there. So for that we are going to again go to the select, and this time I am going to use the if condition. And with if condition, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check whether this error is empty, and if the error thing is empty, then it should be showing the success notification. So I'll just say if negation is empty function I'm going to use, an empty function with again this error, and the data source is again the monthly product sales. And if it's not empty, then this error piece, the added data table is not empty, then it should be showing me the error message. Otherwise it should be showing me the successful message. So for success I'll be just again use this notify, and with the success type notify, and I can just put my message over there. Let's say record saved successfully, and this time I wish to show that into a green box rather than a red one, because it's a success message. So it's still showing some error, so let's just correct that out. Okay, so we just missed one braces. So now this formula is good. Is empty error. If it's empty, then if it's not empty, then it should be showing the message error. Otherwise it should show the success message. So let's just save it and run once. Okay, so we were missing one brace over here, and now I can just save and close these right panes, and let's run it again just to check whether we are starting getting the success and the error message notifications or not. So I'm just saying test record 2, and product type, let's say camera, and the price is 4,000. I'm just submitting it, So now I got this successful notification record saved successfully, and let me do the same like the error record. So let's submit that. So I got this request operation failed, but still it's not showing that for which column it failed. So we should get that message that which column failed. So for that we are going to just add one column piece. So let's just go again there in our formula, and over here I can, in this notification of error, like while just getting the notification, so now we are going to pick the column value so that we can show that which particular column got failed. So for that I'll use the concave function, and in this concave function we have these two parameters. So first parameter I am going to use as, let me just first of all close that braces. First parameter is going to use our errors table with our parameter as monthly product sales, comma, first error of this monthly product sales message, and I'll just append like for which column. So for this I am just going to append the column name. So column. So now this time we have appended our column value as well from this data source. Whatever errors are coming into my this data source, the error message of the first message plus the column. So now we are going to run it, and we are expecting the column value as well. So now we are getting this message as well, and along with the column name. So that's how you can append. I can just close this and go back to our form. So that's how you can actually like show the successful and notifications and the failure notifications with your form. So I hope like with this quick two formulas you should able to like better handle your patch function. So that's it for today's video. If you do find it useful, please drop your like and also comment if you have any questions.